members of the Secretariat. Welcome to BAC Delta. Okay, as certified by the Secretariat, we have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
Calling the meeting to order. Please do the usual roll call, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Please acknowledge if you are present, including online um, participants. To begin with, our presiding officer, Attorney Danjo Lucas, Representative Martin Benaventura,
Present, ma'am.
at Ms. Aneris Gabriel,
Present online.
thank you, Engineer Arnold Balucating, Ms. Diana Ines Briñas. For the ADMS end user, we have Emerson Salas.
Present, ma'am. EDMS.
Technical Working Group, Attorney Frank Edward Marty.
Present.
Attorney Delisa Irugin.
Present, ma'am.
Engineer Raul Crucena. Engineer Michael Ian Ilagan. Engineer Alexander Abag. Engineer Eva Lasatin. Engineer Darwin Lintag. Engineer April Joy Puruganan. Ms. Marilu Vivar. For technical consultants, we have Attorney Irish Prashon
Present online.
and General Janicio Robles.
Online, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. For the BAC Secretariat, Dr. Rolly Bayaban.
Present online, ma'am.
Thank you, Doc. Yours truly, Maria de la Marca, Ms. Joanna Jane Shawson,
Present.
Mr. Thomas Duke Santos, Ms. Melina Reyes,
Present.
Ms. Eloisa Casimiro, Mr. Romar Palivino, Mr. Sonny Villabert, Ms. Sandra Sordan, Ms. Madonna, Ms. Ritalinda, and Ms. Romela, all present online, sir. We have observers from the Internal Audit Service, Ms. Lucy Doronella. And we also invited the COA, sir, and then the OTR. That's all, sir.
Thank you. What will be the incident for today?
For this afternoon, sir, we have the opening of bids for the Tougaro Airport Development Project, rehabilitation of existing PTB, construction of administrative building, and construction of pump house, amounting to 107,227,181.50, a DOTR downloaded project assigned to the ADMS.
Okay.
We have 3 bidders, sir, who bought the bidding documents, and all 3 submitted.
Okay, let's start.
We will call the bidders, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, bidders. Through our chair, may we request you to state your name and the company you represent.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Karen K. Turingan. I'm representing the El Cervantes Corporation and Kimi Carly Corporation. Joint venture, ma'am.
My name is Pia Llamas of Legacy Construction Corporation.
Good afternoon po. I'm representing Tubigan Builders. My name is Noel Briwega.
Thank you. Please put your cell phones on mute, and we are on live stream, just to inform you. Thank you.
To the chair, permission to proceed to open the
Proceed, please.
Thank you, sir.
For our first bid proposal from Legacy Construction, a representative, please confirm if this is your bid. Thank you.
On the submitted envelope, there are 3 envelopes inside. The original bid, copy 1, and copy 2.
What is the company? What's
Legacy.
Legacy Construction?
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Proceed.
On the original envelope, there are 2 envelopes inside, the original technical component and the original financial component. With tabbing, signature and pagination each page. Checklist, please.
Checklist, PhilJEP Certificate of Registration and Membership,
Certificate of PhilJEP's registration, Platinum membership, issued to Legacy Construction Corporation, valid until April 29, 2020, submitted.
Annex A of the Certificate of PhilJEP's Registration,
Annex A, submitted.
Registration Certificate from the SEC or DTI or CDA,
SEC certificate, registration date, July 16, 2016, submitted.
Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located.
Mayor's permit, place of issue, Isulan Sultan Kudarat, expiration date December 31, 2021, submitted.
Tax clearance for Executive Order number 398 series of 2005.
Tax clearance, expiration date October 13, 2021, submitted.
Valid pickup license,
Pickup license, expiration date June 30, 2021, submitted.
statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts.
Statement of all ongoing project submitted.
Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract.
Statement of single largest completed contract submitted.
Original copy of bid security. Bid security.
Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized, submitted.
Organizational chart for the contract to be bid.
Organizational chart, submitted.
List of contractors' key personnel.
List of key personnel, submitted.
List of contractors' major equipment units.
List of equipment, submitted.
Original omnibus sworn statement.
Omnibus form statement, Sign and notarize, submitted.
Certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government.
Affidavit of no pending case. Sign and notarize, submitted.
Legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service.
Legal clearance issued to Legacy Construction Corporation. Issued February 5th, 2021. Signed for Attorney Gumabon, submitted.
Certificate of site inspection duly signed by Ms. Mary Sulin Sagorsor or her duly authorized representative.
Certificate of site inspection issued to Michael Ong of Legacy Construction Corporation. Date of issue, February 5th, 2021. Signed by Ms. Sulin A. Sagorsor. Airport Manager. Submitted.
Copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
Copy of the company ID, the name of Michael Ko Ong, submitted.
Copy of the airport visitor's logbook.
Copy of the airport's visitor logbook, entry name Michael Ong of Legacy Construction, submitted.
Picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager or her duly authorized representative.
Pictures of the proposed site and authorized representative, submitted.
Audited financial statement, stamp received by the BIR.
Audited financial statement. Date of filing, June 15, 2020, submitted.
NFCC.
NFCC in the amount of 27,323,244,858 pesos and 99 centavos. Submitted.
Joint venture agreement, if
Not
applicable.
applicable.
Pass.
The submitted technical component of Legacy Construction Corporation is rated as pass.
Second bid proposal is from DL Cervantes Construction. DL Cervantes Construction Corporation, joint venture with Kimi Carlyle Construction Development Corporation. Representative, please confirm if this is your bid.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
On the submitted envelope, there are 3 envelopes inside, the original bid, copy 1, and copy 2. On the original envelope, there are 2 envelopes inside, the original technical component and the original financial component. Okay, with tabbing. signature and pagination each page. Checklist, please.
Checklist, field trip, certificate of registration, and membership.
Certificate of Field Job Registration, Platinum Membership issued to DL Cervantes Construction Corporation. Valid until July 13, 2021. Submitted.
Kimi Carlay. Kimi Carlay. Kimi Carlay, nabuksan mo? Joint venture kasi siya.
Certificate of Field Job Registration, Platinum Membership issued to Kimi Carlay Construction Development Corporation. Valid until January 5, 2022. Submitted.
Annex A of the certificate of field jobs registration for the two companies.
Annex A for DL Cervantes and Annex A for Kimi Carlay Construction submitted.
Registration certificate from the SEC or DTI or CDA for both companies.
For DL Cervantes, SEC certificate, registration date June 14, 2019, and for Kimi Carlay, SEC certificate, registration date June 21, 2019, submitted.
Mayor's permit for both companies.
For DL Cervantes, Mayor's permit issued at Binyang, Laguna. Date of expiration, December 31, 2020. Asan yung ano to? Renewed Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2021, submitted. And for Kimi Carlay, Mayor's permit issued at Santa Maria Isabela, date of expiration December 31, 2020. Tinitingnan ko yung nasan yung 31. Ito. Renewed Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2021, submitted.
Tax clearance for both companies also.
Tax clearance for Kimi Carlay. Expiration date December 22, 2021, and tax clearance for DL Cervantes is expiration date July 7, 2021, submitted.
Valid pickup license.
Pickup license for DL Cervantes, expiration date June 30, 2021, and pickup license for Kimi Carlay, expiration date June 30, 2021, submitted.
Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts.
For DL Cervantes, ongoing contract, and for Kimi Carlay, ongoing contract, submitted.
Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract.
Isa lang. joint na pala to. For the joint largest completed contract for both the DL Cervantes and Kimi Carlay submitted. Isa lang.
Bid security.
Isa lang kami security nila. Hindi, tinitingnan ko po isa lang. Kung pareha sila. Sa isang tao lang. Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Submitted. Isa lang.
Organizational chart of the contract to be bid.
Organizational chart submitted.
List of contractors, key personnel.
List of key personnel submitted.
List of contractors' major equipment units.
Equipment, meron din dito na nakita akong list. I3. List of equipment submitted.
Omnibus sworn statement.
Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and notarized. Submitted. Teka lang, tingnan ko lang. Isa lang.
Certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government.
Isa rin lang. Joint na sila. Affidavit of no pending case for DL Cervantes and Kimi Carlay. Submitted. Signed and notarized.
Legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service.
Legal clearance issued to DL Cervantes and legal clearance issued to Kimi Carlay. Signed for Attorney Gumabon, both submitted.
Certificate of site inspection duly signed by Ms. Mary Sulin Sagursor or her duly authorized representative. Certificate of site inspection issued to Charles Lawrence Turingan of Kimi Carlay. Issued on January 29, 2021. Signed by Ms. Sulin Sagursor, Airport Manager. Submitted. Copy of the airport visitor's logbook.
Copy of the airport's visitor's logbook. Entry name Charles Lawrence Turingan. Submitted.
Picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager or her duly authorized representative.
Pictures of the proposed site with the authorized representative. Submitted.
Audited financial statements.
Ay, kulang ka pa isa. ID.
Copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection. Sini.
Copy of the company ID in the name of Charles Lawrence Turingan, submitted.
Audited financial statement, stamp received by the BIR.
Audited financial statement of DL Cervantes, data filing July 6, 2020, and audited financial statement of Kimi Carlay, data filing February 1, 2021, submitted.
NFCC,
What na ba to? NFCC for DL Cervantes in the amount of 3,238,657,948 pesos and 57 centavos, and NFCC for Kimi Carlay in the amount of 477,852,432 pesos and 90 centavos, submitted.
joint venture agreement,
Joint venture agreement between DL Cervantes and Kimi Carlay, signed and notarized, submitted.
special pickup license for joint ventures,
Special pickup license issued to DL Cervantes Construction Corporation and Kimi Carlay Construction Development Corporation. General Engineering Building Industrial Plant, AAA, Large B. Valid period until February 11, 2021 to June 30, 2021. Submitted.
pass,
The submitted technical component of DL Cervantes and Kimi Carlay joint venture rated as pass.
the last bid proposal, it's from,
Saan ito?
saan ba?
Ito.
Baba mo pa, baba pa.
Tubigan Builders.
Vegan Builders, representative, please confirm if this is your bid. Thank you.
Thank you. On the submitted envelope, there are 3 envelopes inside, the original bid, copy 1, and copy 2. On the original envelope, there are 2 envelopes inside, the original eligibility and technical component and the original financial component. With tabbing, signed and pagination each page. Checklist, please.
Checklist, PhilJeb Certificate of Registration and Membership.
Certificate of PhilJeb's registration, platinum membership, issued to vegan builders. Valid until February 12, 2022. Submitted.
Annex A of the Certificate of PhilJeb's Registration.
Annex A submitted.
Registration certificate from the SEC or DTI or CDA.
DTI certificate, expiration date November 18, 2021, submitted.
Mayor's permit.
Mayor's permit issued at the Municipality of Borongan, expiration date December 31, 2021, submitted.
Tax clearance.
Tax clearance, expiration date January 8, 2022, submitted. 22.
Valid pickup license.
Pickup license, expiration date June 30, 2021, submitted.
Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts.
Statement of all ongoing project, submitted.
Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract.
Single largest completed contract, submitted.
Bid security.
Bid security in the form of bid securing declaration. Signed and authorized, submitted.
Organizational chart for the contract to be bid.
Organizational chart, submitted.
List of contractors' key personnel.
List of key personnel, submitted.
List of contractors' major equipment units.
List of equipment, submitted.
Omnibus sworn statement.
Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and authorized, submitted.
Certification under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government.
Affidavit of no pending case. Signed and authorized, submitted.
Legal clearance issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service.
Legal clearance issued to vegan builders. Signed for Attorney Gumabon, submitted.
Certificate of site inspection duly signed by Ms. Mary Sulin Sagorsor or her duly authorized representative.
Certificate of site inspection issued to Mr. Noel Brihuega of the Vegan Builders, signed by Maria Sulin Sagorsor, Airport Manager, submitted.
Copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection.
Copy of the company ID with the name of Noel Brihuega, submitted.
Copy of the airport visitor's logbook.
Copy of the airport visitor's logbook, entry name Noel Brihuega, submitted.
Picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport manager or her duly authorized representative.
Pictures of the proposed site and their authorized representative, submitted.
Audited financial statements, stamp received by the BIR.
Audited financial statement, date of filing May 29, 2020, submitted.
NFCC.
Huh? May 29, 2020. NFCC in the amount of 870,069,830 pesos and 61 centavos submitted.
Joint venture agreement, if
Not
applicable.
applicable.
Pass.
The submitted technical component of Tubigan Builders rated as pass.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Through the
Sir?
chair, permission to open the financial component. Yes, sir.
may question lang. Pwede mag question mo? Ay, hello, Vice Chair. Good morning po. Sir, regarding lang sa certificate of site inspection, kasi nung kami, hindi pwedeng handwritten, always computerized. Kasi nung pumunta yung tao ko doon, nung handwritten ginawa ako, pinauwi kami, sabi hindi gawing computerized yun, hindi invalid ang handwritten.
Handwritten na
Sa site inspection po, opo.
Can you check?
So ask ko lang kasi from Samar, tapos Cagayan, sino kaya ang nag-site inspection? Kasi sure ako na hindi pwede.
I was,
Yes. What do you want, sir?
I was there yesterday, and it happens that the manager was about to attend a meeting, and then 5 minutes I arrived. The said meeting will be conducted 9 to 5 p.m. and then she signed it.
Should be fine, sir. I think the issue and the contention is whether or not handwritten site inspection certification is allowed. So, can you check? Yes, ma'am, you're going to say something.
Yes, Vice Chair. Ang regarding po sa signature, yung stamp lang, hindi ata nagsasign si ma'am ng ganun. Yung stamp lang ng name niya, then isasign niya. Hindi po inalaw yan sa amin noon. So, question lang po sa akin kung i-allow ba natin dito or hindi po.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yeah, Attorney Frank,
Okay.
please.
Mr. Chair, under ITB number ITB number 10.1, letter J. It specifically provides here that Certificate of Site Inspection, Annex B, Form 1, duly signed by Ms. Mary Solin A. Sagorsor, Acting Area Manager of Tougaro Airport, or her duly authorized representative, and they shall include the following documents as attachment to the Certificate of Site Inspection: copy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, and B, copy of the airport or facility visitor's logbook, and letter C, picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection together with the airport manager or officer in charge or his duly authorized representative. It is not stated, Mr. Chair, it is not a requirement under ITB Clause 10.1, letter K, that the Certificate of Site Inspection shall be computer written.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
It's clear. I can read it from here. There is no requirement, but if you, ma'am, there is no, we're not preventing you from the manifestation. We will still look into that. But insofar as the proceedings for today anyway, the important thing that we have now is the presence or absence, because this is just for bid evaluation. This will still be subject to bid eval and post-qualification. We will further look into that. But thank you for your manifestation. That's duly noted, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair. Kasi kapag mag-aantay po, yung tao ko from 9 to 5 din nag-antay, whole day din doon, kasi hindi nila inalaw yung handwritten, always computerized. And yung name ni Ma'am Mary, hindi pwedeng tatak. Dapat yung gusto niya yung computerized din yung
Alright.
name niya before i-sign.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Notwithstanding the clear provision in the ITB that, you know, in my reading, and this is just me, there is no clear provision that handwritten certificate is not allowed. Let us look into the manifestation. Please, TWG and Secretariat, please talk with Ms. Sulin regarding how they handle issuance of certificate of site inspections. But in the interest of time, duly noted, ma'am, let's proceed with, let's continue with the opening of financial bid. Thank you.
Through the chair, permission to open the financial bid.
Please proceed.
Thank you, sir. Financial bid for Legacy Construction Corporation with tabbing, pagination and signature each page. Checklist, please.
Checklist, duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities.
Layo. Legacy. Summary. Summary of unit prices. Summary of the ayun eh. Ito na yun eh.
It's happening.
Sorry. Summary of bid, bill of quantities submitted.
What?
Summary of bid proposal.
Summary of bid proposal.
What, wait. You're looking for, first, bid, ano yung una?
Bill of quantities.
Bill of
Bill of
quantities.
quantities, that's bid proposal.
Ganyan din ba?
Tama ba? Bid proposal and bill of quantities are two different things. Maybe the bidder can help you locate wherever it is there. Is it there or is it not?
Quantities. This is the form attached to the bid documents that we provided to the bidders.
Yeah.
So, as compared to the submitted bill of quantities, Mr. Chair, with the denomination summary of bid proposal, the title the denomination it may be denominated summary of bid proposal, but content-wise, Mr. Chair, it is all the same.
Yeah, but again, what is the obligation and what are we supposed to do during opening? Absence or presence?
Yeah, to check whether the presence and absence of
Yes,
the document.
facially, is it absent or is it present?
It is present, Mr. Chair, in the form.
Because,
The content
but
and
without looking at the content, Attorney Frank, is it not correct for me to assume, if I am not familiar with whatever should be there, that it says bid ano nakalagay? Bid proposal and
Bill of quantities.
not bill of quantities. Can I hear comments from the members? Members present? Before I ask the comment of members present, Attorney Frank, am I correct to assume that the recommendation of the technical working group is to, recommending that that particular bill of quantities is present, notwithstanding the difference in the denomination?
Mr. Chair, we will first check the other documents in the submission before we make our recommendation.
All right. I just want to be careful because we're recorded and it says bill of, not, we're requiring bill of quantities, but what was included, what was shown actually says bid proposal. So you have to make sure before you make a recommendation.
May we request, Mr. Chair, the bidder to check the submitted document, the existence of the required bill of
All right.
quantities.
Bidder, please. To other members present and the TWG and Secretariat joining us via Zoom, the TWG is just verifying the contents vis-a-vis the title of the particular documentary requirement required under our ITB. Secretariat, who are the other members present? Okay. So, what is the recommendation of the TWG?
Mr. Chair, upon verification with the submission, upon verification of the submission of Legacy Construction Corporation, it would appear that the submitted summary bid proposal, as titled in their submission, is similar to that of the bill of quantities, which is provided in the forms, included in the forms of the bid documents. Thus, we are recommending, Mr. Chair, that to accept the submission of Legacy Construction Corporation, considering the similarities of the contents and except only for the title of the document.
So,
We are recommending, Mr. Chair, to accept the submission of Legacy Construction Corporation as to the required bill of quantities, considering that on the face of the document, it is the bill of quantities as stated in the forms we provided.
all right. That's okay. We have to. I want to listen to the opinion of the other members, but because this might be controversial, considering that we're looking only for the presence or absence of the document, and on its face, one can argue that the document is not present because it is not identified as such. But looking at it, as you mentioned, Attorney Frank, it would be easily determinable that this is actually the bill of quantities, except that the title is different. So I want to know the comments of the other members before we resolve on this. Sino nandito? Okay. Those present first. May end user ba? Sir, ikaw ang end user. What is your what's your pleasure insofar as this? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Sir, as per shown, yung title po, yun nga po, yung requirements natin iba. Pero, syempre po, yung submission nila, nandun po yung details. So, considering po yung kung bid proposal or bill of quantities, yung bid proposal, sir, parang summary po yan ng bid detailed estimate nyo. So, parehas din po yun, sir.
Parehas din yan. Okay.
As end user.
So, tama ba ako sa pagkakaintindi, Attorney Frank? Dalawa yung summary of bid proposal na title?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
They also submitted in
Summary of bid
subsequent
proposal
pages
yan, di ba?
this
So
document.
kung if, in my simple mind, we know, of course tayo alam natin, to my mind, we know which one is bill of quantities, which one is summary of bid proposal. But to those who do not understand, malilito ka. Ano ba dyan talaga yung summary of bid proposal? Kasi pareho ng title, correct? But I think the opinion of the end user is we can accept, right? So I'll take that. Ma'am Vani, Sir Arnold, you're joining online. Nasusundan
Through the
niyo?
chair.
Yes, Ma'am Vani, go ahead po. Please, your opinion, please, comment.
Yes po, as certified by WG, the template or the form is in compliance with the form that we published. It's just that the title is with error. The content is acceptable based on the recommendation, on the report of the end user as well as the TWG. I therefore accept yung proposal.
Sige. Okay. Sir Arnold, thank you, Ma'am Vani. Sir Arnold. Sir Arnold, are you present, Sir Arnold?
Sir, nandito sa strat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I just want to clarify kung magkaiba nga yung title pero yung pang content ay magkaparehas.
According to the technical working group, yung content ay pang bill of quantities, which is what was required. Pero yung title ay ang nakalagay, summary of bid proposal, which is a different requirement. And as attested by TWG, meron din silang summary of bid proposal. So kumbaga, dalawa yung document na ang title, summary of bid proposal. Yung isa nga lang, yun yung bill of quantities.
Nakalagay doon sa mga pages kaya na na supposed to be nandun yung bill of quantities.
Correct, tama. Ang sinasabi nila, yung laman ng isang summary of bid proposal, ang laman, yung mga requirement under bill of quantities, iba lang yung title.
Okay. So for me, sir, I will submit to the proposal of TWG, an end user.
Thank you, Sir Arnold. Attorney Rob?
Similarly, Mr. Chair, I agree that so long as a document is identifiable as bid as a bill of quantities, I think this is acceptable.
All right. So that is the resolution of the members, majority of the members present, chair not voting, is to accept the recommendation of the TWG. But before I make a resolution, I think there is a comment from the other bidders. Yes, ma'am. We'll put on record your manifestation.
Yes, sir. Kasi sir, di ba importante talaga yung mga titles natin. Pag ganyan, pag sinabi mong lahat summary of bid proposal, so may mali na dyan sa paper nila. At saka sa ibang pages, wala silang mga letterhead, walang logo. So you should also consider that. So parang mali na yung ginawa nilang financial statement nila. Opinion ko lang yung as a bidder. Kasi syempre dapat ikaw, maingat ka sa PEL. Isang mali lang na sulat mo, di ba? DQ ka na agad. So, why are we allowing this one? It's very clear na hindi sila dalawang summary of bid proposals ang sinubmit. Although alam natin yung content, you as a BAC members and members of CAAP, pero syempre po, na kami lang dapat maingat yung title namin. So, sa case ko po, sana po na may stricto kayo pagdating sa ganun pong bagay. Salamat po.
Thank you, ma'am. We take note of that. Anyway, this will still be subjected to bid evaluation and post-qualification. Take note of all the manifestations and comments. Please, Attorney Rob, as a matter of fact, while we're having this discourse, is looking for GPPB opinion. Continue to look for a GPPB opinion that is tangential to this particular controversial. I mean, I'm not saying controversial because apparently, unanimously, the members are voting to accept to adopt the recommendation of the TWG. But there is merit also to the comment of one of the bidders to be careful to other bidders kasi nga, yun ngang pagination, importante sa atin, yung tabbing importante. So kung mga ganito, we should, yeah. But the intention of the rule anyway, the procedural rule is to make sure that it is always to the best interest of the government. So take that into consideration. All right? So considering that we received an affirmative vote insofar as the adoption of the recommendation of the TWG is concerned, we're going to accept the summary of bid proposal as an acceptable submission under Bill of Quantities, subject to further study of the technical working group, taking into account and consideration the comments of, ma'am, ano pong company?
Comment from the El Cervantes Corporation, Kimi Carlay.
Yes,
First,
please take note of that.
yes, I have two comments, sir. First, yung summary of bid proposal. Then second, yung other pages, they don't have a letterhead and logo. So, di ba every page, meron dapat po yun. Thank you po.
Requirement ba yun? Yung letterhead and logo? Alright. Sige, take note of that ha. Ano pa naman
Noted,
to?
Mr.
Absence or
Chair.
presence pa lang ng document.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, this will still be scrutinized further. Our TWG will take note of that. Okay. Anyway, this is recorded. Anybody can file and object if you see there are any irregularities. Thank you, Attorney Frank. Please proceed.
So we continue. The requirement for a summary of bid proposal.
Summary of bid proposal submitted.
Bill of materials and cost estimates.
Detail estimate. Submitted.
Summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials used in coming up with a bid.
Summary sheet for unit price of material submitted.
Summary sheet indicating the labor rates.
Summary sheet for labor rate submitted.
And summary sheet indicating the unit prices of equipment rentals.
Summary sheet for unit price of equipment submitted.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule submitted.
Financial bid.
Financial bid of Legacy Construction Corporation in the amount of 101,468,880 pesos and 13 centavos.
No discounts.
No discount. And within the ABC.
468.
Next financial component is for DL Cervantes, joint venture with Kimi Carlyle Construction Development Corporation. Okay, with tabbing. Sign and pagination each page. Checklist, please.
Bid prices in the bill of quantities.
Bill of quantities submitted.
Summary bid proposal.
Summary of bid proposal submitted.
Bill of materials and cost estimates.
Bill of materials and cost estimates submitted.
Summary sheet for construction materials.
Summary sheet for unit price of material submitted.
For labor rates.
Summary sheet for unit price of labor submitted.
And for equipment rentals.
Summary for unit price of equipment submitted.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule submitted.
Financial bid.
The financial bid of
DL Cervantes.
DL Cervantes Construction Corporation joint venture with Kimi Carlyle Construction Development Corporation in the amount of 103,372,519 pesos and 43 centavos with a discount of 10% to be deducted from the total bid amount. The next financial component is for Tubigan Builders. with tabbing. Signature and pagination each page. Checklist, please.
Checklist, bid prices in the bill of quantities.
Bill of quantity submitted.
Summary bid proposal.
Tanggal na naman eh. Summary of bid proposal submitted.
Bill of materials and cost estimates.
Parehas, iba yun. Parehas. Iba lang yung design niya ng form. Tama ito na yun. Parang iba. Bill of quantities and cost estimate. And then, submitted.
Summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials.
Summary for unit price of material submitted.
For labor rates,
Summary for unit price of labor submitted.
and equipment rentals.
Summary for unit price of equipment submitted.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule.
Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule submitted.
Financial bid.
The financial bid of Tubigan Builders in the amount of 101,031,900 pesos and 79 centavos with no discount and within the ABC. $101,031,900 pesos and 79 centavos.
Okay. What is the recommendation of the TWG?
The TWG recommend that the three bidder undergo bid evaluation process to determine its completeness and any arithmetical or any mission to determine the completeness of the bid, the bidder.
Okay. All right. Subject to the comments that were manifested earlier, please proceed with the bid evaluation of the three bidders who passed the technical and the financial bid requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, bidders. We have a second agenda, sir.
Okay, what's our
Yep.
second agenda?
Presentation of the Technical Working Group's post-qualification report for the Tougaro Airport Development Project. Construction of control tower building, construction of security fence and gate, and provision of manhole and transformer pad, amounting to 60,223,363.85. ADOTR downloaded project assigned to the ADMS.
Okay, going to present.
I'm going to present, Mr. Chair, on behalf of the Technical Working Group members. So this is the post-qualification report of the Technical Working Group for the Tougaro Airport Development Project. with an approved budget for the contract amounting to 60,223,363 pesos and 85 centavos, with bid number 20005-12 Delta. And the opening of bid was conducted last January 18, 2020 at CAAP Conference Room, and the single calculated bid is a Legacy Construction Corporation with the single calculated bid amount of 57,930,578 pesos and 12 centavos. So these are our findings. First, for the eligibility documents, PhilJobs Certificate of Registration, they submitted a Certificate of Registration for PhilJobs issued last April 2020 and valid until April 29, 2021, which is valid during the opening of bids, thus it is responsive. For the registration certificate from SEC, they submitted a Securities and Exchange Commission certificate with registration date July 16, 1992. It is responsive. Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or the municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located. They submitted a mayor's permit which was issued by the local government of Zamboanga City, and an expiry date which is valid until 31 December 2021, valid during the opening of bids, responsive. For the tax clearance, they submitted a tax clearance certificate issued last 13 October 2020, and it is valid until 13 October 2021. It is responsive. So for the pickup license, the bidder submitted a pickup license with a category AAA for building and industrial, and it is valid until 30 June 2021. It is responsive. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. The submitted project is paving of unpaved roads, SNA Lebak Kalamasig Road, amounting to 135,302,126 pesos and 39 centavos. Also, they submitted a project construction or completion of multi-purpose building, passenger terminal building phase 2 for Barangay Poblacion San Agustin, Romblon, amounting to 28,958,974 pesos and 77 centavos. It is responsive. For the SLCC, the submitted project is the rehabilitation of dilapidated and termite-infested building, which includes repainting, retiling, repairs of ceiling floor sinks, CR doors, electric system, etc., and equipment at La Union Medical Center, Agoo, La Union, amounting to 68,117,700 pesos. It is responsive. For the audited financial statement, the submission is an audited financial statement for the year 2017 up to 2019, and this was stamped received by BIR on June 15, 2020. It is responsive. Bidder's computation for NFCC, the submission amounts to 27,323,244,858 pesos and 99 centavos. The submitted NFCC is more than the ABC, thus it is responsive. Joint venture is not applicable in this particular case. So for the technical documents, they submitted a bid security form in a form of bid securing declaration, which is a duly notarized, and it is responsive to our requirements. Organizational chart, it is also responsive. They met the minimum required technical personnel as per invitation to bid. Thus, it is responsive. For the list of list of contractors' personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid. So they met the submitted list of contractors' personnel met the minimum required technical personnel as per invitation to bid. Thus, it is responsive. For list of contractors' equipment units, they submitted a list which met the minimum required number of equipment as per invitation to bid. Thus, it is responsive. For the omnibus sworn statement, they submitted a duly notarized omnibus sworn statement. It is responsive. The certificate of site inspection. Site inspection was conducted by Mr. Michael Koong, and a certificate was issued to him in his name, and it is dated January 13, 2021, issued by Ms. Mary Sulin Sogorsor, the OIC Area Center 2 of Tougaro Airport. For the photocopy of company ID, the company ID of Mr. Michael Ong, who conducted the site visit, was also attached. Thus, it is responsive. The photocopy of airport visitors logbook, they submitted the photocopy of the logbook with an entry of the site inspection which was conducted by Mr. Michael Koong. Bid bulletin number 1, they submitted a photocopy of bid bulletin number 1. It is responsive. As to the second envelope, the financial documents, the financial bid form, the offered bid is 57,929,649 pesos and 77 centavos. After evaluation, the calculated bid is 57,930,578 pesos and 12 centavos. It is within the ABC, and the difference from the ABC is 2,292,785 pesos and 73 centavos. It is responsive. Bill of quantities, it is also responsive because it is in accordance with the Philippine Bid Section 9, bidding forms. It is for the bid proposal. It is also in accordance with the Philippine bid forms under Section 9, bidding forms. Thus, it is responsive. As to the detailed estimates, they submitted a form which is in accordance with the Philippine Bidding Documents, Section 9. It is responsive. For the summary sheet indicating construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rates, they submit the submission is responsive, and because it is in accordance with our forms and the Philippine bidding forms under Section 9. For cash flow by quarter and payment schedule, the submission of Legacy Corporation is in accordance with the Philippine bid forms, bidding documents. Thus, it is responsive. Construction schedule, bar chart, and S-curve, the submission is also responsive, as it is based on the evaluation by the technical working group. Thus, it is responsive. So, for the post-qualification documents, they submitted the latest income tax and business tax returns for the period December 2019, which was stamped received by BIR on June 15, 2020. Thus, it is responsive. For licenses, other licenses and permits as required by law, as stated in the BDS, we verified the PhilJEPS registration. They also submitted a copy of the PhilJEPS registration, PCAB license and registration, SEC registration, updated mayor's permit, and tax clearance. Thus, the submission is responsive. For the latest audited financial statement, for the latest audited financial statement, they submitted an audited financial statement for the fiscal year 2017 to 2019 and stamped received by the BIR June 15/2020, it is responsive. So for key personnel licenses, the PRC licenses and accreditation of all personnel to be assigned for this project were submitted, and it is responsive to the requirements of these project. So it must be so the bid proposal of Legacy Construction Corporation was evaluated to have offered the single calculated responsive bid for having complied with all the legal, technical, and financial requirement. However, Mr. Chair, during the opening of bids, the Legacy Construction Corporation submitted a bid price amounting to 57,929 pesos, 649 pesos and 77 centavos. But during bid evaluation, the calculated bid now amounts to 57,930,000 pesos and 578 pesos and 12 centavos. So per section 34 of the IRR, the submitted bid price or its calculated bid price, whichever is lower, shall be the basis of the award of the contract. So in this particular case, the submitted bid price of Legacy Construction Corporation is lower than its calculated bid price. So with that, the technical working group now recommends to award the contract to Legacy Construction Corporation for the Tougaro Airport Development Project, construction of control tower building, construction of security fence and gate, and the provisions of manhole and transformer pad, being considered as the single calculated responsive bid in the amount of 57,929,649 pesos and 77 centavos for consideration and approval of the committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Frank. Any motion from the members?
To the Chair, I hereby move to adopt the recommendation of the TWG for the award of the contract for the Tougaro Airport Development Project to Legacy Construction Corporation.
But before that, Mr. Chair, allow me to inform the committee that one of the bidders for this particular project submitted a motion for consideration for their disqualification during bid evaluation, the DL Cervantes and Kimi Carly, but still, Mr. Chair, we still recommend for the award pending the resolution of the motion for consideration of DL Cervantes.
Attorney Frank, when can we pass upon the motion for reconsideration of the
Mr. Chair, the submission, the MR was received just this morning by the BAC Secretariat, and it is filed within the prescriptive period, the 3-day prescriptive period for the timeline for submission of. But we will be finalizing the reply to the MR, Mr. Chair. Most probably, we will present it on Monday, Mr. Chair.
All right. Okay. So the motion stands.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
A clarification, sir. Will it affect the ranking if the motion will be approved?
Yes, sir. But considering the basis of our initial assessment of the motion for consideration, we are of the position to deny the motion for reconsideration, considering that they did not interpose any argument, or there is no counter argument to the disqualification. So they just stated the reason for they just stated the law, but that the same law we used in their disqualification.
Right. Attorney Frank, I read the motion for reconsideration earlier today when it was posted on the Delta Viber group. It says that uh, they are arguing, I think, albeit not obvious, that
This is the motion.
dash, right? That dash, they put a dash on that particular item, and they're saying it is being offered for free, right?
Mr. Chair,
Does that hold water? I mean, we have passed upon several motion for reconsideration regarding the dash, the zero, this particular labeling. So initially, you are saying that you are not keen on recommending the grant of the motion for reconsideration.
Yes, Mr. Chair, considering that the submission of DL Cervantes clearly is not compliant with section 32.2.1 of RA 9184 and its IRR. Because the submission, Mr. Chair, is there are lacking items and no figures that were indicated in their submission.
Through the chair. So you're saying it was left in blank instead of putting zero or dash in those specific items.
Yes, sir. And not only that, Mr. Chair, the number of quantities, if my memory serves me right, the required item is not actually stated in the quantities, the quantity column.
Kasi they're claiming that the items in question have dash in the total, indicating that these are being offered for free to the government.
Through the chair,
Yes.
looking at the letter, as Attorney Frank mentioned, they did not exactly claim that, they just cited a provision.
That's correct.
It says so, under number 1, please refer to the submitted document as the items in question have dash in the total, indicating that these are being offered for free to the government. Does that mean that in their bid, there is a dash?
Allow me, Mr. Chair, to show the submission, the grounds we used to disqualify DL Cervantes, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
So, this is our requirement. And, Ate Dang, paano ba ito siya ganito? Para masakop to. Hindi siya masakop. Oo, meron pa dito. Para ma...
Ibaliktad mo to. Ibaliktad mo.
Ay, balik na. Paano? Ay, hindi siya mababasa nila.
Hindi siya mababasa.
Ay, yun.
Ayan. Yan ba? Yan ba?
Yes. So, this is our requirement, Mr. Chair. We require 80... Under item 3.09A, we require double action early streamer emission, lighting protection system. We also require 8.0 mm BCW, 50 mm BCW, and it has a corresponding quantities, Mr. Chair. But
No unit. Unit. Only quantity.
but their submission, they failed to indicate
The amount and the quantity.
the quantity and the number of quantity lang ba? Oo. So this is the first item of we used to in disqualifying them. So the second item is actually the project engineer, civil engineer, master plumber, but they failed to provide, they don't have a master plumber, they only have electrical engineer, master electrician. So these are clear non-compliance with our technical requirements. So they failed to provide the master plumber and project engineer. Ano to RC? Master electrician.
Through the chair, considering that this is already being presented and we're already moving for the award, can we resolve this already?
Yes, I was gonna
So that we
say.
don't have to take it up in another back meeting?
Yeah. So may I?
Ye- Yes.
Sir Arnold? Yes.
Sir Arnold?
Yeah, so I suggest that we will decide first whether we will accept the request or not, and then before we decide for the award of the project.
Yes. Let's
Yes, we
decide
will do it
first,
now.
subject to the drafting of the official response and reply on the motion for reconsideration, given that we have exhaustively discussed anyway the stand of the technical working group. All right. So, Attorney Frank, can you make a manifestation on the recommendation of the TWG regarding the motion for reconsideration?
Mr. Chair, we recommend, based on the submission of DL Cervantes and Kimi Carlay joint venture, we recommend to deny the motion for recommendation of DL Cervantes and to award the contract to Legacy Corporation.
Okay, motion.
Through the chair, let me make the motion to adopt the recommendation of the TWG first for the denial of the motion for reconsideration submitted by DL Cervantes Construction Corporation and Kimi Carlay Construction Development Corporation joint venture for the aforementioned reasons, and second for the award of the project to Tougaro Airport Development Project to Legacy Construction.
Thank you, Attorney Rob. So there are two motions put forward by Attorney Rob. First, to deny the motion for reconsideration filed, albeit timely, by DL Cervantes Corporation. The second motion is to award the project, subject also of the motion for reconsideration, to the single lowest calculated bid, Legacy Construction Corporation. So on the two motions, any second?
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ma'am Vani. The two motions put forward by Attorney Rob Benaventura have been seconded by Member Amneris Gabriel. So with that, the two motions are carried. First, BAC is instructing the technical working group to draft an appropriate reply to the motion for reconsideration, stating, among others, the denial of the motion for reconsideration against DL Cervantes Corporation, considering all the discussions mentioned a while back. Second, the contract is resolved to be awarded to Legacy Corporation. Thank you. All right. Any
last, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
just to inform the committee, Mr. Chair, that we will be presenting this project to the board for the approval of the board, considering that this is a 50 million and above project.
Okay. Any other matters that require the attention of the Bids and Awards Committee members?
None, sir.
Secretariat,
None from the
TWG?
Secretariat, sir.
None from the TWG, sir.
Other members, please?
Move to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Rob.
Second the motion.
Thank you.
Ay.
All right. Adjourn, please. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
May nagsasalita pa ata.
May nagsasalita. Sino yun?
Baka ibang meeting yun. Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.